anybody hear me? Can you hear me now? Roger's been trying to help me figure out how to set this up. Hi, Sam. Lenny. I hope everybody can hear me. I'm going to try and invite in, excuse me. I sent a link to Roger, I think. There's Roger now. Hello, Roger. Did you get my email?
Yeah, I tried to join in because I was thinking correct password.
What the hell?
That's right. Hold on, I'll try it again one more time.
Okay. Well, the password it says to me here should be 520133. 5133. Yep, that's what it says. It says invite people to join.
Okay, now I'm going to put in the ID number. Let's see. Come on. Okay, ID number.
Yep.
Copy. Paste. Join. Now it says enter password number. Copy. Paste. Join. There we go. It worked.
Okay, so do I have to do
You there, Paul?
Yep, I'm here.
Yep,
Okay, I'm gonna hang up.
Your camera's okay. There's your camera.
Okay.
Okay, so at the bottom, do you have those 3 points now?
Yes, and on more, and that's where I went. Stop. It says now stop live stream is my only option.
And those 3 little dots aren't there?
Yeah, they're there, but that's when I click on it. That's all I get is stop live stream. Before I went live,
yeah.
it said, "Do you want to go on YouTube?" And I said yes.
Okay. Okay. So now you're live right now?
Yep, we're live. It says right in the corner.
Okay. Well,
and there's people in the chat. There's JDS is there, Lynn's there, Sam Hayden's there, West Haven always and forever is there.
Dang, you're getting more people than I got this morning. Well, I think you're going to have to call up Zoom and ask what's going on.
Hey, everybody in the chat, can you hear us now?
Oh, I'm sure they can hear us.
Lynn says, are you seeing the chat?
No, I'm not yet. I gotta bring up your page. Okay, there you are. You're live. 7 people watching. 5 likes. There you go. Yes, Lynn, let's see the chat now.
Yep, Lynn says hi, Roger.
Hi, Lynn.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, but you know what, Roger? I don't know if I can friggin' figure it out again. I can't be calling you all the time because the only time I envision doing this is when you're not on to cover for you the Canadian Drone Hub. Now on YouTube, what does it list as? Because it never came up and asked me what I wanted to call it either.
Okay, yeah, it's just Mark. I just closed
just Mark Paul Murray, right?
Hold on, I'll check it again there. See what it says. Paul Murray's Zoom meeting.
Yeah, so I don't know where you would change that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I need to go to live chat too. I was on the other chat. Yes, we did. Sam got your text this morning. I know you're having a window job done.
so you're gonna,
West Haven said she shared it on her community tab.
that's good.
I don't know what that means, but cool. You're talking to an old guy here. Roger's younger than I am, and he's more with it than I am.
Yeah, right.
Well, I kind of did write it down, but I'm not sure how. What I had to do is, Roger said I had to change over because I was using Internet Explorer, the new version, and I had to make Google my default browser, which I did, and so then it seemed to. Let's see if the steps were. I opened it up, but I don't have Zoom on my main screen. I have to go and pull up my account, and up on my account on the bar it says go live or start a meeting. I think it was, wasn't it, Roger?
Yeah.
So then I started the meeting, and then once I started the meeting, then I had to go down to the bottom and then click on YouTube, stream to YouTube. And then that's how we got here. Is that right, Roger?
Yep. Yep.
Wow. I just thought you just clicked on it, went on.
Because there must have been a little box that came up in Mark Paul Murray's live stream meeting.
Yeah.
A little box must have came up. That's where you go there.
Yep.
You click there, you take that name out, then you put what you want in there.
No, it didn't. It brought me up. You know the box that comes up for you where it just says go join the meeting. That's all. It didn't have any extras.
Oh, no? Oh, that's weird.
Maybe I've got the grandpa version. I don't know. You young whippersnappers, you know how to do this stuff. But I don't know. Lynn, you want me to send you a link so you can come on with us?
I don't think that's going to happen in a lifetime.
Hey, Sam, I know you got window people there, but I can try and send you a link just to try it. Let me see, invite. I think I already copied the URL. So now I need to go over here, and I need to go to AOL. Where the hell is AOL? Oh, there it is. And then I need to, what the hell? It wants my username and password for AOL, which means I got to look that up now. Oh my God. Roger, can you
click on invite?
Yeah, and it wants to know my AOL, because what it did was when I went to invite,
it opened up like an
it
email.
comes up, choose your email server to send invitations.
Yeah.
And it only has default email.
Well, how'd you send my invitation?
I copied, down at the bottom says copy URL, copy invitation. I copied the invitation.
Do it like that.
And when I copy the invitation, okay, then I try to go to, since now I'm using, got to remember I'm using Google Chrome. So I go to my home page.
Hey, John.
And try to go to AOL.
Because AOL has all your email addresses on there.
Yes. Okay, so now I'm
Okay.
going to AOL. Now I'm going to go to compose. Did you say Donardo's there?
Yep,
So I'm going to send it then to
John.
John. And I'm going to send it to Sam. And I'm going to send it just for grins to Herman.
Well, Herman's at the doctor's. I don't know if he'll come in.
Yeah, I don't either, but at least I don't want to have him feel left out. Anybody else you can think of, Roger?
No.
Okay.
Not off the hand like that there.
Okay. So now I've got to paste this there. Now I have to send. Okay, I sent out 3 invitations.
There you go.
Let's see if they get them.
Yeah, John, let us know if you got the invitation, Sam. Well, Herman's not in the chat, that's for sure.
Now what I lost was in all that circling around.
Yeah.
I lost YouTube. So now I've got to pull up YouTube so I can see the chat.
Hi, Paul from Bob. Robert Morton. Oh, that's Quicksilver. No?
No, his name is oh yeah, Bob. That because I said you can just call him Bob. His name is Chris, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, invite received. Sam got the invite. Okay, John. John's with a client right now. He can come in a little while.
Okay.
Quicksilver.
The thumbnail I have is cracks me up, and I don't know where they got it from, but it's a minion going, "Hey," like this, you know. Like, what the heck? So let's see, Quicksilver. Let's try doing it again. Let's go there. We're going to compose. I'm going to paste. No, not that. No. Who am I going to send it to?
Okay, Sam.
What'd Sam say?
Well, he says he will try to join soon, but they're making a lot of noise there. It'd be too much of a nuisance with all the noise going on. Guess we're all in Zoom class. Yep, that's it, Lynn.
Well, I know I had Quicksilver. I'm sure. Didn't I send him a link?
No, you didn't send one today. Oh, the other day, yeah.
There it is. Send.
It's doing 5 Fahrenheit here this morning there, Lynn. It's still doing 5 Fahrenheit. Okay, there, Paul.
Yeah, what I'm trying to figure out is, okay, I sent an email to Quicksilver, but then it didn't have nothing in it, so I had to go back and send it again. Oh my God. Roger, I don't know how you do all this stuff. No wonder you're tired.
Yes, Robert, Paul does have that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Lynn wants to know how the weather is up there today, Roger.
Yeah, it's cold, sunny and cold.
Robert Morden. So you must be getting hungry, Roger.
Yeah, so I gotta go do my banking and all that.
Yeah,
so
you got stuff to do. I understand.
Well, I'll leave you go, Paul. And John said John Gennaro was going to get on with you there. It won't be long.
Okay.
Just finishing
And
up with a client.
and I'm going to send Lenny a link too,
Good
so
luck.
she can come on.
Okay, everybody in the chat, have a good one. Okay, Paul, good luck with this there.
Hey, Roger, thank you for your help.
Okay.
I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, but
at least you're getting to invite people in, so it's not bad.
Yeah, and what are we at as far as likes? Oh wow, I'm at 8 likes.
Okay, bye everybody in the chat.
We'll see Paul. Everybody.
Take care.
Yeah, live chat is what I want. Lynn, I think what Robert was talking about, the movie of your dad's movie. So anyway, so it's just a few people here in with us, and I think what I might do is just let everybody go, because he probably got more important places and things to do than sit here and watch the old man here trying to figure things out. Robert, yeah, we can. Robert? Are you set up for Zoom? Hey, there's Quicksilver.
It's Bob. Damn it. Maybe tomorrow I'll be Jim.
What's that?
Maybe tomorrow I'll be Jim.
Be Jim, yep. Or Sam or Bob or Ronald. I haven't seen a Ronald on here.
Hey, we can change that.
Yeah. The link that Lynn put in there, I think, Lynn, is that the trailer to your dad's movie? Yeah, the trailer on your dad's documentary. You saw that the other day, didn't you, Quicksilver?
Which one was that?
The Lynn's dad's documentary on World War II and Battle of the Bulge.
I didn't get to see all of it, but
yeah, you saw some of it. Yeah, it's a 1 hour documentary. It's really well done, I think. But then Lynn and I are prejudiced.
Well, of course. I mean, stands to reason.
Yeah, but Robert, in order to see the stage screening of Lynn's movie, you have to be able to have the facilities to go to Zoom, because what happens is you have to send an email in. Once we get the email, we send you a link to Zoom, and you'll be in a private setting. Then you can turn around and log into Zoom and watch the movie. Now, if you don't have Zoom, that's fine, but you have to be able to do Zoom from whatever device you're using. Zoom will automatically load. It's not like you're going to load on it, but it will load a very small program on whatever device you're on. And it's pretty relatively easy to do, isn't it? Wouldn't you say, Chris?
I think it is. I mean, I get the link and then I open Zoom and then I go back to the email to see what the code is, flip back to Zoom, put that in, go back to the email, copy the password, paste it in, and here I am.
Yep.
iPhone.
Yeah. And the reason being, it's still under copyright and everything else, and it's being negotiated so that we're just showing it to a few select people, just getting opinions about the documentary.
What a time to be alive that must have been. Can you imagine? I mean,
No, I can't. You know, I'm a post era, you know, Korean War was what, 52, 53, something like that. And so I was born in 52, so I have no knowledge. I was Vietnam era baby.
I guess that makes me one too. I was born in 74.
Yeah, I was.
But
born. Well, I wasn't a baby during Vietnam, but yes. In fact, I got drafted.
You did?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wasn't meant to be in the cards. I went down to the induction center. I was in college, and I thought, if my country needs me that bad, I'll go. I went down to induction center, and they had, as you know, the military has very strict rules and regulations about height, weight. I was the right height because I was 6 foot tall, but I weighed 275 pounds. So as soon as, you know, you go through the physical and you're running around your underwear and they say, get up there on the scale, and the scale would go like that. And the sergeant that was administering says, get off there. He got on a weight himself and came up about here. And he says, get back on there. And he automatically disqualified me on the spot and told me to go home and lose weight. But that didn't happen. I've been heavy my whole life. Centroid, Mark, now.
Oh my God, these dogs. Every time I sit down, they want to go.
Oh, hey, I have one that does the same thing. I think what it is here, we haven't had sunshine here in 9 days. I think they get bored.
They must, or they like London weather.
Yep.
It's been nothing but gray out here for weeks.
Yep.
Like a small pack of hyenas.
Yes.
And that one dog, the red one, she's now to the point in the last couple of days where she will howl on cue practically.
Right.
So funny. Come on, let me in.
Centroid, no X-Class. No. Roger was on before you came on, Mark. He's the one that's kind of been teaching me a little bit about how to do this. and I sent you a link. So if you wanted to pop in for a minute or two, you're more than welcome. But yeah, we're here just kind of kicking back, and John DiNardo is supposed to pop in maybe in a few minutes.
You're a bad
Although-
influence too.
Although
Sure.
I don't blame him if he didn't. But we're just kind of kicking back here and seeing if I can hone my skills at this, just in case I ever have to go on live. It isn't as easy, straightforward as everybody might think, because I'm used to always being a panelist, not live. Hey, there's Mark.
Oh my God, I can't believe my eyes. Paul has finally gone live.
Well, only because I'm figuring the whole thing out, Mark. It's
Yeah, that's the first step, Paul. That's the first step. I'm trying to pull out chat now. I'm trying to see chat here at the same
Yeah.
time.
Lynn's here.
So that means then the X class quad is next then. 'Cause you said you never go live. You said you never build X class quad. I think that's next.
No, I don't think so, because I'll tell you what I did is I saw Louis P did a video of flying, and I almost fell out of my chair watching all that loopity. I can only watch about a minute or so before I says that's I gave it a thumbs up. Thanks, it's great, but I'm out of here.
Trust me, Paul, when you do this, you'll get used to it.
Only takes a few weeks and you'll get used to feeling dizzy and not
Yeah.
falling over.
Not when you're an old guy like me. It never goes away.
You say old guy, I look older than you.
You might look, but you're not.
Yeah, 45 going on 90.
I get up and every bone in my body creaks and pops, and I go to the bathroom 3 times in the night. And, no.
I'm not that far behind you, Paul.
Yeah. Well, I hear you had quite a do flying your drone around the classrooms.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I do that all the time, and I can't film the students. It's illegal.
Right.
So I just posted a video of me just messing around the classroom with a whoop. But if I could post a video, I would have recorded when I embarrassed my daughter. She was in the class next door, and I got permission from the teacher. And during the middle of class, I sat at my desk, flew my whoop into that classroom, and essentially buzzed the class, buzzed the teacher, and then just started circling around my daughter. And she just sunk into her seat. And she knew right away, the only drone geek in this building is me. And she's like, she told me after, of course, she hated me. And then she really didn't like it. When I told her I actually had the video feed into the smartboard projector, so my class could see her get embarrassed.
That's funny.
Hey, that kid got off lucky. She's been in the same building for me with 3 years. She's a senior this year, and I only have a few more months to get all the embarrassment in that I held back for the first couple of years. So she knows it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
What size whoop are you flying?
It's just a newbie drone, brushless. I don't know what the size is, but it's just I don't have it with me, but it's just a tiny little guy, pretty fast though.
So it's 2S or 1S.
That's a 1S. It's a 1S.
That's still big enough if you make under where the battery is, if you hang some string or something like that, would be light enough for you to attach on a little light banner, something in writing to fly around and harass her in the classroom.
That's a
With
wonderful idea. I'm
Call
gonna have
out
to try
her
that.
name. Yep.
Yeah. I'll say something like, "You forgot your lunch."
Or Dad says hi, dear.
Yes, I love you.
Just like the planes on the beach that fly with the banners.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or you'll always be Daddy's little girl.
Oh yeah. Or,
That'll drive her crazy.
yeah.
If you do that, though, you're going to have to sleep with one eye open for like 2 weeks.
Oh, I know. But she, like I said, she was scared to come here because she knew I'd try to embarrass her. But I've been kind to her for 2 years because it's a 10 through 12 building. And I said, the senior year, I said, all no holds barred now. So I waited a little bit. I'll do it a few more times. I'll wait till there's a big pep rally and fly a bigger drone.
There you go.
It's good to put a face to a name though too. With
absolutely perfect.
Yeah, with a picture, a baby picture of her or something, you know, daddy's little girl flying around the building.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Everybody in the building knows that the only person who's be flying a quad or a drone around the building right now is me. So they're going to know, number one, it's Mr. Terren, and number two, oh, he's embarrassing his daughter.
Because I believe you're subscribed to me on YouTube, because I remember seeing a comment or two on one of the flights. I don't remember what one now.
I don't have the I don't know what's your channel name?
Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to you. I'll double check to make sure YouTube hasn't done their latest thing.
The Purge.
So, and I don't know if I don't have the greatest signal. I'm working off my hotspot from my phone because I don't like to use the schools when I do personal stuff. So I'll have to check it out. So I may not be able to dial in. I'm really testing my bandwidth on my phone.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. It was just nice to put a face to a name, because I remember it was a while back, and I can't remember if it was from here or from Pusa Studios, but I definitely remembered Centroid.
Yeah. Well, you fly drones?
I do.
Then it was probably through Canadian Drone Hub, which is where I picked you up. Anybody who's a droner, I usually get through the Canadian Drone Hub.
Mark does a couple of shows, and he also posts videos.
Yeah, once in a while. I've been posting videos as much. But Paul, I'm gonna have to be taking my research test soon, so those streams may be coming back for non-altruistic reasons. It's gonna force me to study.
Now, did you sign up for the Remote Pilot 101?
Oh, I've had that. That's how I did it the first time. I'll be doing that, and I'd like to do a couple shows. And if you'd like to join, I'd love to have your expertise.
Sure. I'll tell you what, that's what I did for the second time around for my relicensure.
Is what the Pilot 101?
Remote Pilot 101. Before that, I was watching Tony and Chelsea and everybody else, you know.
Hey, I mean, for pay one price and get it for lifetime, you know, and he updates it fairly regularly, which I like. So
very consistent. Yep. Yeah, I think that's a great resource for anybody. I mean, even if you don't have your 107 yet, if you want to know what's going on, that's probably a great place. And because he breaks it down into sections, and then you go through that, and then you can answer. He's got questions at the end that you can give it a shot, you know.
And I think he does a good job with the videos. I mean, there are teachers, you know, who do videos. They do what they call a flipped classroom, and they try to teach so the kids can watch it. Right. And you know that's you know in this realm, he does a great job, because I've watched instructional videos that are just horrible, whether it's for drones or for math or whatever. Their intentions are good, but they're just not very good at producing a video to explain something. Exactly. And I think he does a good job. I think he's pretty thorough.
Exactly.
So Mark, anybody who wants to try it, I recommend it.
We had a couple of questions on Roger's show earlier this morning. People wanted to know, if they were going to buy a drone now, what would you suggest? And I realize that it's different categories, but you know, they were looking at, do I want to get a Mini? Do I want to get a Mavic Air? Do I want to move up to maybe a Mavic Pro?
Well, the first question I would have would be, have they flown a drone before? Or is this their first drone?
Yeah, I think it's pretty close to not being a skilled pilot.
Right. I haven't tried one yet. I don't know much about them, but I would almost say the Mini, because you don't have to register that one yet. You know what I mean? And you can get an idea if you like the activity, and you won't have to worry about the regulations as much. And I think the camera on it's supposedly very good, so you can do a lot with it. And then if you like it, then start thinking about either trading it in or selling it or buying a bigger one if you can afford it.
And the other thing that crossed my mind, just you and I talking now, is, you know, maybe you can find a used Spark really cheap, because the Spark was almost indestructible.
Yeah, I mean, before the Mini, I was always saying I'd get a Spark even if it wasn't my first drone. You know, it's because I thought they were a good little device.
Yep. The only thing wrong with the Spark was the damn gimbal on it. That's the only thing wrong.
The gimbal and the battery life.
Yep.
There you go, Paul. I fixed it.
You fixed?
I fixed it.
Oh yeah, there he goes.
What's the battery life on a Mini these days? Is it comparable to the
28 to 32 minutes, depending.
Oh, it's
Wow.
still twice that of a Spark, isn't it?
Yes.
So even more so then.
Yep.
That was the only real limitation with the Spark, I thought, was its battery life.
And the fact that it's using lithium ion batteries is just incredible.
Yeah.
But now, is the Mini using OcuSync or is it using Wi-Fi like the Spark?
Still enhanced Wi-Fi.
Oh, see, that's the crap part about it. Like with the
Yep.
OcuSync, you know it's solid for
Yep.
ever.
And I do a lot of ship videos, and when I first got the Mini in the fall, I went down to try and do a ship video with it, and I got out about 1,800 feet as I'm trying to go around the bow of it, and all of a sudden the video ended and lost connection, and it didn't crash or anything, but I had to turn it around and then head it back, and then the connection came back, and I says, well, crap, that's not going to work for what I would do,
Now, are the Minis and or the Sparks designed supposedly so that if you lose transmission and actual link, it will return to home?
Oh, yeah. Yep. They still do return to home. They still mark their territory, as I would call it, kind of like a dog lifting its leg. But yes, they do mark their return to home position, and you still have the ability to select is return to home the controller or is return to home where the spot that it took off from.
Now I don't know if you recall this or if you watched the show. Steve, Aerial Views in History, had reported on a very unfortunate or fortunate, depending on your perspective of that option. I don't know if you heard about this. Apparently, a couple of ISIS fighters were using a DJI drone, don't know which one, to try to use an IED and get close to Allied forces. And they didn't charge their batteries well enough. So this IED that was timed, as it got halfway to its destination, got low battery and decided to turn around and return to home. And they didn't have it set. Get this. They didn't have it set to location. They had it set to controller. So whoever was carrying the controller and running away, let's put it this way, it didn't end well for them. And as a result, like I said, it's a bad thing or a good thing, depending on which way you want to look at it.
That is hilarious. Yeah.
So as easy as these things are to fly, you still need to read the fine print and the directions to know how these things operate and what happens when they start to fail.
Well, exactly. And that's the other thing. If you're brand new and going to start in the drone thing, watch enough videos, read enough material so that you understand every option in the controller, because anybody can learn to stick relatively quickly as long as you take your time, but it's all those little options.
Oh yeah
It's like your return.
I still don't think I know 50% of what my Zoom can do.
Yeah. And the thing of it is the number one thing you want to set is your return to home altitude should always be higher than anything in the area.
Yep. My niece's boyfriend bought himself a Mini, and I think he lost connection. I don't think he was one of the ones that had the disconnect and it crashed. You remember people were complaining about that and you thought it was maybe a battery issue. But I talked to him further, and apparently the reason why it crashed was he had it set to return to home, but when it decided to return to home on its own for whatever reason, it was under a bridge. And it climbed, smacked the bridge, and came down crashing. So, because I don't think they have obstacle avoidance on the top, do they?
No.
Whoopsie.
No, not at all.
Expensive whoopsie.
Yeah, I may have to mute for a second. A friend of mine just pulled up, and Mia's
actually,
going to go crazy.
Before you do that, I actually have to go. I got another class coming in. So I saw the link and I'm like, I got to jump in on this one.
Okay.
I got to jump in on Paul going live. So thanks for sending me the link.
Thanks for coming in, Mark.
And Bobby Quicksilver, when I get home, I'm going to double check to make sure I still have you subbed. Otherwise, have a good day. And it was nice chatting with you guys. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bobby. Yeah, I'm gonna get going too. I'll be back in a little bit, Paul. Bobby's going. Bye bye.
Okay, everybody. We're still waiting. Maybe John Donardo is going to come in and say hello, and if you guys will give me just a couple of minutes, I'll be right back with you. Chat amongst yourselves. And Centroid, thanks for coming in. Be right back, guys. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. That was a previous tenant of mine in the apartment upstairs. He fell in love and moved on, but his W-2 form came to my house, this address, so he came to pick it up, and he's a foreman on a big estate that has a whole bunch of. He actually works for a lady that won a lottery, big money, and so he works for them on around the estate, and she likes to have animals, so she was just an average lady struggling, and now she's worth millions, and so he's kind of like the foreman on the estate, and he brought me 2 dozen of fresh farm eggs. D90, how you doing? Rojo is here. Hey, Robert, you want me to send you a link? Are you at home or are you at work? I'm kind of waiting for John Donardo. Thought maybe he was going to come in. We don't have to stay long if everybody else has somewhere else that they need to go. We can go ahead and call it a day. This was kind of like Roger was on earlier. He was helping me get this all loaded and figured out. I figured out in order to use Zoom, I have to have Google Chrome as my default. Otherwise, it doesn't load up Zoom. Johnny West, thank you, my friend. Yeah, it's like I say, I don't plan on, but you never know. I may pop on periodically. Um, um, Steve FPV, how you doing? D90's here. Oh, my friend Manamana is here. Oh, Mana won on a game thing, huh? Wow. Well, just for you, Mana. Mana. Doot 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 doot. Mana. Doot 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 doot. Mana. Doot 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 doot. Mana. So, let me go over here and send Robert. Compose. Okay. Should be on its way to you, Robert, whether you see it or not. It's up to you. D90 likes that. You're welcome, Mana. Yeah, a lot of people pronounce it as mana, but it's not. It's Mana from the old Muppet days. And we can thank these. These came from Lenny. She had these made by a professional costumer. And what they are is actually, they were designed and made as to be a hat, which you wear them. You put your head in here, and they're actually a hat. Paid a lot of money for these to be handmade. And Mana himself is very constructed very well. And get your hair out of your eyes there, Mana. And it, of course, is a hat too, can be worn. Obviously, that isn't what I would do with them. I don't do with them, but they can be. Johnny West. Well, one of the reasons I came on here is Roger was teaching me how to do this better, because the first time I went on to cover for Roger, when he was Monday, I think it was, because he couldn't be on in the morning, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to work, so I went to YouTube Live. But on YouTube Live, I can't invite people or have anybody else on the chat. So that kind of put me off a little bit. So, I already had Zoom, but I never used it. So Roger was kind of helping me figure out the Zoom thing, because my Zoom is different than his Zoom, and so we don't know. Don't know what quite the difference is, but it just seems to be different. Quicksilver, that's funny. Yep. A Monday's live screen, because I went on to tell everybody why Roger wasn't on. I titled it as Canadian Drone Hub Studio B, and that was kind of a chuckle. And a lot of people came on and were wondering where Roger was. Yeah, Streamlabs is another one of those. I think Streamlabs has a green room. I think this does too, but it doesn't. It's not, unless you click on it to put people into a room where then you invite them as you want to. I went on somebody that had Streamlabs one day, and I sat there for 5 minutes as nuts to this stuff, and I left, and they invited me in. So, yeah, Quicksilver is going to be in Reiki tomorrow. How'd it go, Manamana, with Streamlabs for you? I do know that what Roger and I surmised today was one of the problems I was having with the Zoom was you have to be running Google Chrome, and I was running a different main operating program, and so yeah, I'm just a fumbling dumb old guy and trying to figure it all out myself. Everybody else, all you youngins out there know how to do stuff a lot better than I do. Yeah, the older you get, the more you get set into this is why you turn it on, this is how you go there, this is how you send your email, and it just comes up very easily. But is what it is. And if everybody in here would like to hit the like button, would be appreciated, just so I get kind of a count of what's going on. Because it just, like I say, this is just kind of a novel thing. It's not a scheduled, but I will tell you that those guys are on Sunday nights at 5, Wednesday nights at 5, and Herman is. If any of you get a chance to Phantom Flight 101, Herman, you might suggest to him, which I have been pushing him in that direction, for him to be doing a 5 o'clock Monday night show as well. So Herman's a great guy, and I'm sure he would do well. Thanks, Manamana. Yep. I think to successfully do this is only from my perspective of being a panelist on some other channels, is consistency. You have to, if you really want to build it, you have to have some consistent viewership, and people need to know that, hey, it's a certain time of day, so and so's on, and so I'm going to go over there and I'm going to watch. Okay, Mike, let me see if I can copy that. Copy. Let me go over here. And let me go here. Okay. Sorry, I'm not as quick at this as some people are, but now I have to go back here. Hang tight here a minute so I can remember how to do this. I have to go to invite, then I have to go copy invitation, then I have to go back to AOL mail, and I have to go to inbox, no, compose. Too many steps to this stuff. And then I'm gonna go down here and gonna paste. Okay, and then I'm going to send. Now see, when Roger does that, it's just nope. You're dealing with an old guy. You guys got to remember that. I'm trying to still figure this all out. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to still learning here, gang. Still learning. It's a learning process. And so your invite should be on its way, Junk Pick. RSDT7 Norwegian, I turned you to blue. So, yep. But it was kind of like it was nice of Centroid and Chris to come in and say hello, and Roger was here earlier, and my sending out and Centroid too. Centroid popped in on his lunch break. Centroid's a school teacher, and so he was in for a few minutes, which was great. Mia's Drone Adventure. Hi, Mia. How are you doing? How's the weather doing there, Mia? Are you in the warmer regions or are you in the colder regions of the world? I hope everybody's doing well. I see it's On the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time, it's about 1:10. And yeah, Mia, I'm good. The problem we're having here in Michigan is we've had about 9 days straight now without any sunshine. And they're projecting maybe we might get some sunshine in the next 3 or 4 days, but then it's going to go back into nasty, cloudy weather again. So, oh yeah, Mia, North Wales. But that's your country is known to be a little bit on the wet side during the winter, but it's a beautiful area. Okay, me, I sent you a link just in case you have time and would like to come in and join us. You're more than welcome. And kind of give us some idea of how things are going in Wales. Okay, Rojo, I understand. Didn't want you to feel left out, my friend. Rojo is also known as Robert, and Robert is the information officer for a military air base in Wisconsin, USA. Okay, me, I understand, not a problem. I just thought if you had the time, you might be able to, but if you don't have the setup, you don't have the setup, that's for sure. However, if you wanted to, you could come on through that link, just voice. Junk Pick is coming in.
Okay.
Okay, me, I understand, not a problem. You have to mute your YouTube channel, Junk Pick. And then down on the bottom left, you have to unmute because you're muted. What you want to mute is your YouTube channel, not your Zoom channel.
All right, here we go.
Okay. And you want to turn your camera on.
Uh-oh. One second.
Which is right next to it on the bottom. You take a cursor down, it says microphone and camera. There you go.
Hey.
Hey, now you're here. Welcome to a not so often live stream here.
Did you get
Roger after the end of his show was helping me try to figure out why I was having such trouble with Zoom, and we we got it working, but in my mind as an old guy, I don't know if I understand it all or not, but here we are.
I got some feedback for you. I'll email it over to you.
Okay.
Let me see something here. Wow, it's just me in here, huh?
Yep, just you right now. I know that John DiNardo might be coming in. I invited Mia, but she doesn't have a setup to come on. And that's about it, I think.
Yeah, I only got about a minute here. Me and my wife we got to head out.
Oh, okay.
But I will send you my friend's feedback.
Okay. Sounds good.
In just a few minutes, all right?
That'd be great. You're going to send it to my email, right?
Yeah. I'll just
Okay.
reply to how you invited me into this meeting here.
Yep, that's great. That's great. Was it positive or?
I think so. You'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if it's positive and he thinks he wants to be involved in it, what we'll do is we'll get him together with GBS Media.
Well, you'll see. I'll email it over in the conversation in just a few minutes, okay?
Okay. Sounds great. Sounds great. You and the wife are headed out?
Yeah, in a few minutes. I got to get ready, so.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that, and thanks for coming in.
All right, I'll send that over in a minute.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Well, I was kind of scattered around looking for Bob's, and Lenny. So I must have hit him instead of Chris. Well, let's see how many people we got watching. I think it's probably 10 people watching. 18 likes. Sorry about that, Lenny. Well, I think what I'm going to do, gang, is I'm going to close it out right now. And everybody, thanks for coming in this test thing, and all the best to everybody in the chat. And like I say, Roger is going to be on tonight at about 7:30 on Canadian Drone Hub. That's going to be the place to be, because Roger is much more capable of all of this than I am. So, we'll let everybody know, though, here or on Canadian Drone Hub, when the next scheduled showing of Lynn's father's documentary that was made about his life at Battle of the Bulge and all of his medals and all of the tribulations that was documented by a film crew just before he passed away last year. So he narrated the whole thing, and it's a 1 hour documentary, but it is fantastic. So we're privately screening that, and if that's something you may want to watch and have the time to watch, you have to go on Zoom in a private meeting. And so we need to have your emails address to do that. So, but everybody, take care. Have a great day. And Manamana, test it out again. Go ahead, buddy. See everybody soon, and we're out of here. Goodbye.